Welcome to Smith & Richardson's 2020 Manufacturing Day Tour. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
So I first want to welcome you to the virtual tour of Smith & Richardson. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you learn a lot about manufacturing, what manufacturing careers and what those manufacturing careers have to offer. My name is Rich Hoster. I've been with Smith & Richardson for 33 years this month. I did not start out, I actually am part owner of the organization right now. Did not start out that way. Was hired to do some accounting work. I've done sales work. I've actually worked a little bit in engineering. So I've grown up in and around manufacturing over the last 33 years. So Smith & Richardson started out as a chaplet manufacturer back in 1921. We will be 100 years old next year. In 1986, Smith & Richardson decided it wanted to diversify out of just the chaplet business, which supplied primarily the foundry industry, transportation type parts. And we purchased a small screw machine company with 16 Brown & Sharp screw machines back in 1986. And since then have diversified into a CNC, both CNC Swiss, CNC fixed headstock lathes, CNC vertical milling centers, and CNC horizontal milling centers. We have no more cam-driven machines in the building. So we're kind of a business that's transportation related on the chaplet side, and hydraulics, aerospace, medical device components, IT infrastructure, sporting goods on the machining side. We've played a very crucial role over the last 5 months making parts for ventilators. We have always made parts for ventilators, just not near in the volumes that we've made them over the last several months. And our team takes great pride in being part of that, and it's very rewarding to be in a manufacturing career that allows you to say that you touch parts of every people's lives every day and make their lives better. Not only from the aspect of medical devices, but everything that you do see and touch on a daily basis has parts that most manufacturers like Smith & Richardson make. We make parts that are in vehicles. We make parts that are in sporting goods that you may touch on a daily basis. We make parts that go into airplanes, both commercial and defense related. So not only parts that help defend our nation from enemies abroad, but also parts that help you get from point A to point B and help you have an enjoyable vacation. So I'm, like I said, I'm the president of Smith & Richardson. I do a lot of different things. I'm responsible for our operation here. I'm also responsible for our operation over in China. I spend a lot of time over there, although over the last 6 months I haven't been able to go there because of what's been going on with the current COVID situation. But it's actually been interesting because it's given me a chance to step back and see how the team actually works and how well they work together. One of the things I will say I love about manufacturing is the fact that we create things every day, and we create things that make your life better, more enjoyable. And it's really rewarding to actually make something on a daily basis. That's one of the most rewarding things about being in manufacturing. We actually get to create product on a daily basis, and that product is different, and we do it for a wide variety of industries. The next rewarding thing is really the fact that as part owner of this, there's been a lot of challenges over the last 6 months with the COVID situation, and it's been very rewarding to keep the team safe, to keep the team employed, and to continue to grow Smith & Richardson during these challenging times. So one of the most interesting parts about my job is the fact that I do get to see a lot of different customers, get to interact with a lot of different individuals, both from our team perspective here, and we have a very diverse team. We've got a very diverse customer base. And the fact that I get to spend a lot of time traveling, seeing our customers not only in the United States but around the world, it's given me a great respect for diversity and culture throughout the world, and a chance to bring that back to our team here.
Thank you, Rich. Enjoy the various departments here at Smith & Richardson. As we make our way down the office hallway, we'll come upon the training classroom. It is here where onboarding begins, along with the intern and employee training activities. Continuing on our tour, we enter the break room where employees can enjoy their breaks, lunch, and dinner in relaxed surroundings.
Hi, my name is Ted Twark. I am the engineering manager at S&R, Smith & Richardson. I've been here 6 months. I was hired for this position to oversee the engineering team of processing quotes, laying out processes, steps, programming for the Swiss, the Eurotech, multi-axis lathes and milling, and to oversee process drawings and process improvements. I came here from a machining background. I had 38 years at another previous company doing the same processing, same programming, same type of work on the same type of machines. And it seemed to be a good fit once I moved over here. I think for qualifications, it's not always about school, it's about experience and knowledge and hands-on work. The time in manufacturing, I can go back as far as sophomore year of high school, 3 years of machine shop, and then a month out of high school I started my job at the previous employer, so 38 years at the previous employer and 6 months here, so it's a lifetime of manufacturing. It's a fast-paced job. You're never bored. You're always working to troubleshoot. You're always working on making things better, simplifying processes, making programs better, getting things running better in newer machines because you get newer technologies more available to you. That's the best thing about the job, is it's never boring. You're always working on something new, processing, part challenging, new parts. There's always something to grab your attention and get you going. So it's been a interesting 6 months getting used to a new company after so long at a previous one, but it's been a good shop here. Everybody's very friendly. It's really good to be working out on the shop floor with shop floor support. That's really what engineering is: shop floor support for setup people, operators, inspection, whoever needs the support from engineering, whether it's something from a drawing, understanding how it's dimensioned, how to inspect it, proper gauging, fixturing, or customized tooling. That's pretty much what engineering encompasses. And it's a good job, and it's a good place to work.
Then I can actually just change my program on those edges, but I don't know if they have more than one casting either, because it could be just, this is off of one cast, and another one's for another cast.
I would think there are lots of one.
Yeah, so.
Hello, I'm Anthony Palermo, and I'm an engineering intern at Smith & Richardson. I've been with Smith & Richardson for just a little over a year now. So you might be wondering what high school I'm coming from. I'm from St. Charles North High School, and I'm also taking some classes at ECC through dual credit. So what are my responsibilities and sort of what do I do for the company? Well, I'm involved in the engineering department, so I work on production drawings, which are the blueprints that people in the shop read to make the parts from. I also work on some quoting, so quoting of new parts for customers, and also running CNC mills, which is one of the more fun things that I get to do. And then also I get to use a lot of pretty cool measurement equipment to assess parts, and I do a whole plethora of other activities. So how I got to my position, so through Project Synergy, which is a program related to engineering and PLTW at St. Charles North, there was a requirement to have an internship. So I got into contact with Mr. Brown, and that's how this all started. So I began in the quality department for 2 weeks, 1 week, and then I worked with the people on the floor, the production department, and then I made my way up to engineering for a couple weeks. And then after interning for a pretty good time, I got a position here at Smith & Richardson, which was really awesome. So why you might love manufacturing as well? Well, I think just as a general note, understanding how anything could be possibly manufactured is a really strong thing to have, especially if you're in an engineering related field. And a lot of times it's pretty funny because we notice this too up in engineering, that you'll get a certain part that will be designed to look really cool with fillets and all of that, but it won't really be designed in a way that's easy to manufacture. So I mean, that's part of our job, finding out how to manufacture it for the cheapest cost and for the best quality. So what would be the hardest part of my job? So as I said before, I work on prints. So on blueprints there are a lot of details. So I'm pretty detailed oriented, but I find myself sometimes missing things, but the more drawings I make, the better I get at it. So I'd say definitely keeping up with details because prints are very complex. And what is the most interesting part of my job? So I've had the opportunity, like I said before, to run several different machines. I've ran the 4-axis machine here, which is really awesome, and a couple other machines, just vertical mills, and I've also been pretty close to the lathes, but haven't gotten to do that yet. But I've also made and worked with the engineers on very complicated parts, and it's sometimes really satisfying when you draw a part up and then see it in real life. And a whole nother thing that's really interesting and really good, at least here at Smith & Richardson, is every single time I come in, I'm learning something new. And I remember myself when I started out, how elementary my knowledge was about manufacturing, and now compared to today, where I'm running mills and drawing production drawings by myself. So it's definitely really, really awesome experience here.
As you can see here, Ted, our engineering manager, is using the SPRE program along with the SolidWorks as he goes through and works with the machining of the various parts.
So hi, Rich Hoster again. I'm here to kind of walk you through our chaplet manufacturing processes that you're going to see on this virtual tour. So one of the things that we produce, and we'll start in the radiator chaplet section, a radiator chaplet looks like this. At one time they were used primarily for radiator castings. They're used for a lot of very thin-walled castings. Unlike most chaplets, the only part of this that is used is from this shoulder down to the end of the part. Very different than a lot of the other chaplets that you will see. From there, we'll move over to the slide forming area. In the slide forming area, we make a lot of clip type product, and these are used in the transportation industry primarily to piggyback rotor cores together, but these are spring clips. We make a lot of other types of parts too, whether it be a formed wire, but those are made in our slide forming area, which you are seeing at this point throughout this virtual presentation. Moving along to our chaplet machines, we've got what we call our large dial and small dial chaplet machines. The large dial chaplet machines make a part similar to this, except much bigger in diameter, and it is a riveted part. So we are actually taking and feeding flat stock and wire into a machine and separating that flat stock, piercing holes in it at times, and riveting it to a piece of wire. These would be called motor chaplets typically, and they come in a variety of sizes. In fact, we make over 3,000 different sizes, shapes, and configurations. Once you move out of our automated chaplet producing area, you get into what we call our welded chaplet area, and that would be where we actually cut stems and plates. So we punch plates out on a punch press, and then we actually cut stems on an impact cutoff machine, and we actually bring these together and weld them. That would be our welded chaplet area, and that's just kind of a brief overview of what we do from a chaplet perspective within Smith & Richardson.
The production manager at Smith & Richardson. I've been here for 2 years and 3 months. I'm responsible for all the production processes throughout the organization. I also assist the other departments such as engineering, QC, and sales. My love for manufacturing started as a young kid because my dad was always bringing parts home, and I was very interested in how they were made. He spent his entire career in manufacturing. It's just been really interesting watching him move up throughout the organization. So I started as a part-time employee. I then moved up to incoming inspection. And then I also decided to become a tool maker, which I did a 4-year apprentice. And then I did 4 years of being a tool maker. And that's when I decided to move in pursuing my bachelor's degree at SIU as a Saluki, which then opened up the door to other leadership roles, such as a shop foreman, and then my current role as a production manager. The hardest part of my job is probably constantly trying to reprioritize for customer satisfaction. They're the main reason we're here, and we'll do everything we can to get them their parts on time and a good quality part. Some of the most interesting part about my job is the continuous improvement aspect. I take great pride in either improving myself, a team member, or even just coaching an operator through the work order of operations. And that's very important. Tool room, we're going to move on to the tool room here. The main function of the tool room is to support the production. They're a critical aspect of our organization. Either they're repairing tooling, sharpening tooling, or just completely replacing it. They're very helpful. We do have one full-time tool maker on staff. He's been here about 25 years. And then we also have one apprentice who's been here just over a little bit of 1 year. And then we'll move on to the production area here. The milling area has 5 Mazak mills. And then the turning department has 2 Hartages, 4 Eurotechs, and 18 Citizen Swiss machines. Throughout these areas, you'll see a lot of high precision machining. They'll be for multiple different industries. So that'll conclude my part of the presentation. I need to get back out there and help support the team.
Now we are entering the tool and die area. You'll notice a variety of computer-controlled or mechanically controlled machine tools, which produce precision jigs, fixtures, dies, molds, machine tools, cutting tools, gauges, and other tools used in manufacturing processes. Precision grinding, manual mills, lathes are used along with electrical discharge machining, which is also called EDM.
Hello, my name is Trace Teropoulos. I work at Smith & Richardson, located in Geneva, Illinois. We're a machine shop and stamping house. So my position, I am an apprentice die maker. I was a CNC machinist. I started when I was 19. I'm 28 now, and I've been at Smith & Richardson for a year, and I'm doing a 3-year apprenticeship program to become a die maker. A die maker is somebody who basically maintains, replaces, and repairs all the moving parts of our stamping. We stamp out a lot of stuff at our job, so if you see these tools, I mean, they have a lot of moving parts. So that's what a die maker specializes in. The most difficult part of becoming a die maker, I'll just say for context, you have die makers and you have mold makers. They specialize in stamping and molding. The hardest part of becoming a die maker is learning all the machines. I mean, you got to know everything. The most interesting part of my job is just like seeing how things are made and actually influencing how things are made over time. Why I like working at Smith & Richardson, I love the location, I like the people I work with, and I especially like that we try to reach out to young people. We also have a great intern program where we take people from college and high school and we give these kids great hands-on experience. They don't even know how far ahead they are. So that's why I like Smith & Richardson. We try to do more than just work. So, thank you. And yeah, that's the time to really come to drive the clearance. Obviously, front edge. Triangles fit in the slot. Right here. Yep, and I remember we talked about, that's a little different looking on this one. There's the step in there.
All clear.
Oh, there it is.
Pushes through. Hard drop out the bottom.
Yep.
Our next stop is CNC milling, or computer numerical control milling. This is a machining process which employs computerized controls and rotating multi-point cutting tools to progressively remove material from the workpiece and produce a custom designed part or product. Some of the parts being produced now in our milling center include bearing housings for pumps, also firearm components used in the law enforcement and military sectors. Here, our engineers are seeing verifying programs at the Mazak Milling Machine Center.
Hi, I'm
I'm Joseph Rayner. I'm a machine operator at Smith & Richardson. I've been with the company since 2017, so 4 years in March. I attended St. Charles North right around the corner. Right now I go to ECC. I'm getting my Associates in Engineering Science, and I'm going to transfer to NIU to get my Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering. At the company, like I said, I'm a machine operator. So basically we make offsets, change tools, make sure that we're running good parts. I got my position through my high school. I got an internship when I was 17, and from there I worked my way up to being a machine operator, and eventually I'll be an engineer here. The hardest part of my job is got to be the fact that there's a lot of problem solving, and it's not always straightforward. Sometimes it's a multitude of things that could solve the problem, or a multitude of things that could be causing the problem, and it's all about trying to figure out what's going to be the most time efficient and effective way to solve the problem. It's what makes my job interesting, but it also makes it hard. It makes it interesting because you got to use your brain a lot and think, and it's cool to problem solve and end up coming out with good parts that you're making for things like COVID, trying to make ventilator parts, making an impact on the world. It makes it fun. Working at Smith & Richardson is great too. They help pay for school and have helped me to further my education and further my experience with manufacturing and develop as an individual in the field. Thank you guys for your time.
Here we have a close-up shot of one of the Mazak vertical milling stations in action, going through a tool change. Moving along into one of the larger areas of our facility, some of the CNC lathes being used include Citizens, Eurotex, and Hartages. CNC turning is a manufacturing process in which bars of material are held in a chuck and rotated while a tool is fed to the piece to remove material to create the desired shape. CNC lathes or turning centers have tooling mounted on a turret, which is computer controlled.
My name is Cynthia Campos. I'm a setup apprentice at Smith & Richardson, and I've been here for a little over 3 years. I went to South Elgin High School. I've had a semester at TMA, and I'm currently enrolled at Elgin Community College, aiming towards my degree in industrial manufacturing technology. What I do for the company is I run Swiss CNC machines along with set up turret lathes, and I'm working in cross-training on the mills. I got into Smith & Richardson through a B-Next apprenticeship program that was sponsored by TMA, and a little after starting here, they hired me fully on. I love manufacturing because I like working with my hands and I like being involved in a process. I can't really learn from just watching. I like to gain the experience and get my hands in things. The most rewarding part of the job for me is troubleshooting, because even though there's a lot of new challenges and it takes a bit to rack your mind to figure it out, I feel like it helps hone your skills and it benchmarks you to see how far you progress and like where you need to move forward next. I like working at Smith & Richardson because I like the culture. I like how everyone's nice and friendly, and down to the core it feels like a second home. So thank you for your time.
Cynthia Campos is working through the in-process inspection. This process includes cleaning, using go and no-go gauges, along with micrometers and calipers to verify that the part meets all tolerances and specifications.
Hi everyone, welcome to the world of quality. My name is Steve Braun. I'm the quality manager here at Smith & Richardson. I've only been here a few weeks, but they've already made me feel a part of their family, so that is super fun. What I do for the company is I make sure that we have the proper processes in place to ensure that we get good parts to our customers. Big thing is we want customer satisfaction. And I also make sure that everyone here is following those processes. It's very, very important to get good product out the door and get it out the door on time. So that's a big function of what I do. I got into quality years ago, right out of high school. I started as a QC inspector. It was just looking for a job in the summer, and I loved it. I loved finding things that I could improve. I loved making my coworkers better, so I found some certifications that I could get and work my way up. And now here I am, quality manager. I never went and got a college degree. College degrees are great. They work for a lot of people, but sometimes you get people like me where other certifications or technical training works well. So that's how I got here. Everywhere I've gone has been a manufacturing facility, and I love being in manufacturing facilities because you get to see what is getting made that works out in the real world, that helps people, be it from opening a car door and you notice a clip that was on a machine 2 hours ago, and you go, hey, I had a hand in making that. And especially pertinent now, given COVID times, we make parts that go into ventilators. That's a pretty important piece of equipment right now. So it's a good feeling knowing that we had a hand in making sure that our medical professionals are getting the proper equipment. That's a terrific feeling. So that's fun. There are difficult parts to the job. Things happen every once in a while. You get a part that might be out of tolerance, or maybe just doesn't look right and the customer's unhappy. So the main goal is to make sure that they're happy. Their customers are the lifeblood of our company, and we need to make sure that everything's in tolerance, it looks right, etc., etc. So when stuff like that happens, I have to implement corrective actions. And that's never fun, going up to people and saying, hey, I know you made this part and it was good, we thought it was good going out the door, but they're not happy with it. Sometimes they get angry, they get a little upset, and that's okay. But you deal with it, you make the corrective actions, you move on, you make the customer happy. So there are a lot of interesting parts to my job, but one of my favorite things is that I get to interact with everyone in the company. You work on a machine cell or in shipping or whomever, you might only work with 4 or 5 different people. I literally get to work with every single person in the company, and I love getting to know everybody. So that's a very, very, very fun part for me. As well as making sure that everybody knows how to use measurement equipment, such as a pin gauge. This is a simple 2 pins, go and no go. It goes in, or it doesn't. And that's how we check a good part sometimes. A lot of times we use a caliper. And that's basically just to check different widths, different lengths, depths, things like that. These are some simple hand tools that we use every day, but when you get into our QC lab, you'll see some high-tech equipment, a little more sophisticated, can check a little bit better, such as a CMM, an Oasis visual inspection machine, Keyence optical inspection, and an optical comparator. So I hope you enjoy getting to take a look at those. I enjoyed my time with you. Enjoy the rest of the
Upon entering the quality control lab, one can see a variety of hand gauges and machines that aid in the inspection process. Quality control, QC, is a set of activities that control the quality of the product being developed by identifying any bugs that might be present. Examples of quality control activities include inspection, deliverable peer reviews, and the software testing process. You'll notice that Nathan is placing a part in the jig and fixture system that we have with the CMM. The CMM is a coordinate measuring machine that measures the geometry of physical objects by sensing discrete points on the surface of the object with a probe.
Hello, my name is Nathan Sizek. I'm the shop engineer here at Smith & Richardson, and I've been here for a little over 7 months, including my internship time. I graduated from Geneva High School back in 2016, and I just recently graduated from Bradley University in May of this year with a degree in manufacturing engineering. My job is pretty cool here at S&R because I get to be cross-functional between our different departments. So I started off in production, learning how to operate and run CNC machines. I'm currently working in quality, inspecting parts, programming our inspection systems, and making some certification documents. I hope to be in engineering, programming, making CNC programs, and doing engineering drawings and blueprints. I got my position here through my internship. I interned last summer. I went back to school, and before I even finished, they sent me an offer, and I accepted it. I think manufacturing has a ton of different possibilities. So I think with all the different industries that are available, everyone can really get into manufacturing, and there's something for everyone in it. I'd say the hardest part of my job is figuring out how to measure tough dimensions or difficult features and writing programs on our inspection systems to measure parts more efficiently and consistently. The most interesting part of my job, I would say, is learning about how the different parts that we make, how they go out and go into assemblies in the real world and what they do. I think that's really cool. To wrap things up, I really enjoy working here at S&R. I get to learn a lot that school doesn't teach me, specifically about the CNC setups and how to run them. And thanks for listening to my story.
We have come to our final stop on our tour, shipping and receiving. Our clerks are responsible for tracking inventory levels, handling all aspects of shipping and receiving, and keeping accurate records. On the shipping side, they package items, print labels, weigh packages, and determine appropriate postage. Hi there, my name is Ron Brown, and I'm the Director of Education and Training here at Smith & Richardson. I've been here for about 3 years. I taught for 35 years in the area of career technology education. What I do at Smith & Richardson is, number one, I go set up tours for middle schools and high schools that want to come in and see manufacturing technology. I also go to career fairs at the local junior colleges, as well as set up the training here for our employees. If you like working with your hands, if you like problem solving, if you like challenging yourself every single day, and you want to look into an internship during school or summer internship or even just shadowing for a day to see what it's like here at Smith & Richardson, please contact me at 630-402-2204 or shoot me an email at rbrown@smithandrichardson.com. And again, thank you very much for touring with us this year, and have a safe trip back.